Hey everyone, I'm Hailey Danz. As a longtime Dare to Try athlete, I could not be more excited to be part of the first ever Day2Give. Thank you so much for tuning in. Dare to Try has played a huge role in my athletic career, from my introduction to triathlon all the way to my silver medal finish at the 2016 Paralympic Games. It's truly an honor to be a part of this special day. Joining me is my friend and Team USA teammate, Kendall Gretsch. Kendall is a two-time Paralympic gold medalist in biathlon and a multiple-time paratriathlon national champion. So Kendall, let's just get right to it. Hey, what's up? So our stories have a lot in common. We were both athletes as kids, but neither of us became triathletes until our 20s. And somewhere along the way, we were individually introduced to Carrie Sirota. So if you could just kind of talk me through when you met Carrie and how that encounter influenced your journey into paratriathlon.
Yeah, so I met Carrie. It was the summer after my sophomore year of college. I grew up swimming and I swam in high school. And so I decided, I'm going to go and I'm going to try and start swimming again. And kind of always in the back of my mind, I was like, well, maybe I should try out like an adaptive sport. And so I looked into available options for adaptive swimming, and there was one more swim practice left. And in the season where Carrie was coaching. And so I showed up to a swim practice one morning when I was back from school, and Carrie was there. And so I did the swim practice, and if anyone's met Carrie, it was a very typical interaction because she was very excited. And she said, well, after swim practice, we have track practice. And if you've never been in a racing wheelchair, like maybe you should come outside and you can try it out. And I just started this triathlon club, and you should come to our practices. We have them twice a week, and they're downtown, and you can come, and we have all the equipment. And so yeah, it was kind of just this whirlwind of I showed up for a swim practice, and then Carrie signed me up for track practice and Dare to Try camp, and all these things at once.
That's classic Carrie. I love it. It's just hard to say no to her too. She does make it sound so appealing.
Yeah.
So when you look back just to when you started all of this, where did you think that paratriathlon was really going to take you?
Yeah, I think originally I was just looking for a way to be active again and doing sports. And I guess maybe deep in the back of my mind, there was this thought of I know there's this thing called the Paralympics, but at that point I didn't really know what it was and what all the different sports were. So yeah, it was just started as a way to get active again, and quickly kind of spiraled from there.
So let's talk a little about Dare to Try camp. I know for me, those camps were really the foundation for my future successes in sports. So can you take us through your first camp experience?
Yeah, I think I was just pretty overwhelmed by the whole thing. There's so much going on, being introduced to all these new sports and piece of equipment. Growing up, I never did any adaptive sports really, and honestly, I never really had any friends that I knew that had a disability. So that was kind of cool. Of all of a sudden, I'm surrounded by all these people that have a really similar experience as me. So just having that connection with everyone there.
Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. It's 2018. You're at the Paralympics in Pyeongchang, standing on top of the podium, having earned a gold medal in biathlon. Can you tell me a bit about how you got there?
It was kind of right when I got into triathlon. They were saying, okay, triathlon's going to be in the Paralympics for the first time. And I was super excited about that. And then it was announced that my classification wasn't going to be in Rio, which was pretty big bummer for me. But at the same time, I had just moved to Wisconsin, and there was an adaptive ski group there, and the U.S. Nordic ski team, they reached out and said, hey, you can't go to the Paralympics and triathlon right now, but you could try out Nordic skiing. It's another endurance sport. Yeah, kind of my jump start in Nordic skiing, and kind of led to eventually being at the Paralympics.
So when did you realize that the Paralympics was going to be an attainable goal in Nordic skiing?
I think early on, I was just like so determined to get to the Paralympics somehow. And so if it wasn't going to be in triathlon, like I was going to make it work for another sport. I showed up to this first camp, and it was like very humbling. Like I fell a lot into the snow, but I could also see that I wasn't like terrible, and that there was hope of getting better. And it was something that I really loved. And so, yeah, I think kind of from there, I was just set on making that happen.
All right. Can you talk a little bit about mentorship and just the importance of both having one and being one in the sporting community?
Yeah, I mean, I think having people that you can look to is super important, especially when you're just getting started, because there's just so much to figure out. And so having those more experienced athletes there that can kind of help you out and guide you and make things feel maybe a little bit less daunting. And for me, that's been one of the things that's more rewarding now as a more experienced athlete, is just being able to go back and help some people that are just getting started.
Awesome. So, final question. What's next for Kendall Gretsch?
Yeah, so immediately tonight, probably going to get some dinner and ice cream for sure. Yeah. But I guess long term, we still have the Tokyo Paralympics that are coming up next year. So they were postponed a year. So I have that in 2021, and then just a quick 6 months later are the Beijing Winter Games. So it will be busy times once everything gets started again.
Definitely. I look forward to riding it all out with you.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Kendall. It's been really awesome to hear your story. And I guess I'll see you around the training center.
Yeah, thanks, Hailey. See you soon.
Donate now and build a stronger future for Dare to Try and its athletes. Thank you for supporting Day2Give.